llama, te encanta. Representando a todos mis latinos, manos arriba y canta conmigo. Oh, oh. So, yes, you know, I am a Latina. I am from the Dominican Republic. I came here with my mother when I was 4. And when I speak English, a lot of people do not get the feel that I am a Latina because I do not talk like this. You see, keychain, chicken, they are not the same thing. I do not have a sassy Latin accent like Sofia Vergara, you know what I mean? But it wasn't always like this. And it took me a very, very long time to let go of my shame of being a Latina because I grew up in a society where, very sadly, Latinos are not truly welcomed. You know, I don't truly know when I first started grasping the concept of discrimination and xenophobia and leaving your country behind. But what I truly did understand, though, was the way Latinos were treated on the island and how badly I didn't want to be treated that way. When I realized that Latinos made people uncomfortable, in my mind, I created this narrative of how I was going to become as less Latina as possible. See, my first step was to polish the languages. And I don't think people truly understand how important language is and how ahead it sets you when you have good language. You know, growing up, I saw my mother being dehumanized and humiliated and belittled a lot simply because Spanish is all that she has. You know, and how do you stand up to somebody and fight for your rights if you cannot communicate, if they don't understand you? You know, I say, you know, a lot out of nerves. Dominicans, they have a very hard time assimilating. I think more than any other nationality in the world, I think Dominicanos, you can take them out of the Dominican Republic, but you cannot take the Dominican Republic out of them. So when it became obvious to my mother that I was integrating very well to the Aruban community, I don't think it said it well with her. You know, I think she felt betrayed, she felt empty, she felt a lot of things. You know, the other day I made her pancakes and she just looked at me. It's like, Yakari, ¿qué tú te has llegado a creer? ¿Tú crees que yo me voy a comer esa cosa dulce a las 8 de la mañana? Do I? Yakari, no, wait. She said it in Spanish. Yo parezco americana. Ah, se cree americana, esta pedazo de pupú, está bien. And I can give you a thousand examples of every time my mother just fires back with something because I either talk to her in papiamento, I'm either singing or rapping in English inside of the house, or I am doing something that in a way, you know, gives the image that I am a Dominicana. Like, I don't straighten my hair. And you can hear her praying every day in the house. Ay, Jesús, mi hija, parece una loca. Ella no se peina. Yakari, tú no tienes vergüenza de salir hacia la calle. ¿Qué van a decir de mí que yo tengo una hija loca? So, and that is basically my day-to-day life. And I pushed my Latin roots beneath my bed because I wanted to make a difference in this community. And I was very afraid that me being a Latina was constantly going to be slapped across my face. You know, in conversations with my coworker, he told me, you know, Yakari, you are very, very lucky that your mother came to Aruba and she didn't go to the United States, because had you been in the United States, you would have been just another Latina living in the projects with 3 baby daddies by now. Now, I can keep an open mind at all times, and I can keep an open heart, but I cannot rewrite stereotypes that have been set for women like me. I cannot rewrite the history of Latinas. I cannot deny that Latinas do occupy a very big place in the prostitution market. I cannot deny that some of them are known as chapeadoras. I cannot deny that Dominicans party on a Monday and it's called Lunes de Contrabando and all the beer are at half price. But to me, Dominican slangs no longer come as an insult because besides a label of a nationality, I have learned how to view myself as human. I think very personally that we have a lot of hate towards immigrants because they remind us of privilege we have and we are not using. Right now, there is a woman in the Dominican Republic in a village that probably has a way better mind than mine, that has way smarter things to tell you than me. And the only reason I am here and she isn't is because I have access and I got education and I got language. You know, I think we fail to realize how privileged we are as an island. In Aruba, you don't get one. You don't get two. You don't get three. You get 4 languages. There is not a place inside this world where they can put you that you would say, oh, I don't know how to get out of a situation, because you have so much to work with. And it's a privilege a lot of people don't have. I think we resent immigrants because very often we sit on hands that they would use if they had the chance. And I hate to be the bearer of the bad news. And I hate to break this truth to you, but the same discrimination Latin children face here on the island is the very same discrimination Aruban children face when they go to Holland. It's the same discrimination you may face one day when you go abroad. You know, we like moving out of this mentality that I am in my homeland and it will never happen to me. That is not me in that situation, so that leaves me in a position to judge. You know, the other day there was this case with the Venezuelans who were standing outside of the Parlamento, and the post was on a news site, and it ended up on Facebook, like everything ends up on Facebook. And people were just going on and on in the comments. Put them in a banana boat, send them, let them all die. What are they doing here? We cannot solve their problems. Who do they think they are? They all need to die. And eventually, I was reading the post, and I thought to myself, do people truly realize they are talking about other people? Do you truly realize you are making comments on human lives and human beings who have feelings just like you? They are not animals, but we dehumanize immigrants because they remind us of our privilege. And I think that's what we are mad about, that we think they will come here and take up space that belongs to us, even if we're not using it. Now, I would love to stand here and tell you a big fat lie about equality and tell you that everything is possible for everybody and just be all Walt Disney up in here and tell you to go follow all your dreams. But this is not the reality because not everything is possible for everybody. Very sadly, there is a huge, huge amount of inequality going on in this world. There is a huge cake, right? And there is a very small group of people that are eating all the big bites. And there's a large group of people trying to survive off the leftovers. And that's how it is. In parts of this world, there are people who don't even have access to clean water. And I'll be damned if I have to stand here and tell you that everything is possible for everyone, because it's not a truth. But what I do want to tell you, though, is that as long as you are put in a position where you have privilege, where you have access, where you have education, where you have clean water, where you have all the means to better yourself, then by all means you should take them. And you shouldn't apologize for it. Damn right I'm a Latina, and damn right I have good English, and damn right the language doesn't belong to me, but I took it anyway. You know, people sell you a lot of lies about self-love. They tell you, oh, maybe if you just love yourself, nobody would treat you that way. And if you love yourself, that wouldn't happen to you. And if you would just give yourself your worth, nobody would do that to you. Well, listen to me. I think I'm cute. No, wait, I don't think I'm just cute. As a matter of fact, I think there is no word in the English language to describe how cute I am. But that doesn't stop the neighbor from coming in every day to my house and telling me and my hair look like a beaten poodle. And this is kind of how the system works. You know, you could be the sweetest, ripest peaches out there. And there's always going to be somebody that doesn't like peaches. The same way I could be the smartest, brightest, most beautiful Latina out there. Yeah, I'd like to believe I am. But there is always going to be someone that won't like me. And the day we learn to see people beyond their stereotypes, the day we learn to see people beyond their labels and beyond their nationalities, it's the very same day we give people the freedom back to be who they are. You know, my mom, she always is saying, Yakari, cuatro manos pueden más que dos. It means 2 hands. It means 4 hands can do more than 4. It means 4 hands can do more than 2. Oh my God, these nerves have me crazy. It means 4 hands can do more than 2. And you know, la necesidad tiene cara de perro. Necessity has the face of a dog. And you never know who might be helping you up tomorrow. You never know that you might step right off this building and fall and trip and break your face, and who is there to help you just might happen to be someone of that one nationality you spoke badly about. And I want you to let this sink in. You never know who is out there to help you. But if you are too busy judging them, if you are too busy putting a stereotype on them, you don't give them the freedom to be who they are. You know, from every person in this room today, there is something I can learn. And if I say, oh, I'm not going to speak to any of you because all of you are immigrants and all of you are dirty and all of you came here to eat all my food, then the one who is missing out on all the knowledge is me. Nobody else. Nobody else. And that is truly the message. And that is truly what I want to achieve with my talk. Simply call on people to give other human beings the chance to be who they are before you put them into a box, before you I lost my train of thought. Before you say things to hurt them, before you cast a stereotype on them, just give people a chance to be people. Because discrimination doesn't change for anybody. It is one feeling. It has one face. And unlike us, discrimination doesn't discriminate. How ironic is that? It's the same for everybody. Thank you.